Hey there, what's going on, everyone? My name is Rabbit, and welcome to episode 48 of our playthrough for Grandia 2 Anniversary Edition. In our previous episode together, we spent quite a bit of time at the library. Ryudo seemed less than impressed with everything that we were sort of reading as a group. I thought it was interesting learning a bit more about the history and the lore, if you will, of this world, but Ryudo was just not feeling it at all and preferred roasting to actually engaging with what we were gaining further understanding of. So after we were done spending a bit of time at the library, we went back to the inn and started to have dinner together, but one of the priests rushed in, interrupted our meal, and essentially hurried Elena to go visit with the Pope as opposed to letting her at least finish her meal. So we parted ways specifically with Elena speaking with Pope Sarah. So let us continue from that point. Listen, Elena, your mission is important, not just for you, but for the world. The darkness must be resealed in. Doing this will require all your effort. The power of Lord Grannis and the divine sword, the Grannis saber. I shouldn't find that name funny, but for some reason it seems kind of ridiculous. You must find it no matter what. Fail and the world is doomed. Okay, so this comes back to what I was saying also towards the end of our last episode, that I don't get why Elena was saying goodbye to everyone. You would think she would at least approach it from the perspective of, I might be parting ways with you guys, but everyone just chill here at the inn, and once I've talked to Pope Zara to figure out what needs to happen next, I'll come back and report to you whether or not I need to be chaperoned back to Carbo Village, or I need to be further chaperoned to do whatever he requests of me. I don't know, it just seemed kind of odd that she's like, all right, well, thanks for getting me here. Deuces, everybody. I understand. Because Elena's not going to be able to do this on her own. Are you kidding? You must succeed in order to remove the darkness within you as well. You must prevail. Oh, so she did make him aware of her situation, and it doesn't look like he seems to care, so I guess everything's fine. I understand. I will not let you down. All right, Sweet Pea, let's go back and talk to the squad. Never been one for goodbyes or hellos. Can't help but feel a bit sad when someone like her leaves. Yes. Were Miss Elena with us, we would be able to see the inside of the cathedral. I presume it interests you. Yes, Miss Elena often spoke of the confrontation between light and darkness, but I don't quite understand at all. Light, darkness, Grannis, Valmar, can't tell them apart. As well, I am not versed in matters of religion, so we might just find out something there. Oh, he's back? Mr. Ryudo, I presume? What is this? I'm busy. Didn't your church drill some manners into you, or did it just drill through your head? Why so aggressive? I apologize for my rudeness, Ryudo. The Pope has called for you. Please come to the cathedral right away. Look, I realize word of my amazing singing voice has spread everywhere, but I'm not interested. His Holiness Zara has a special request. Please bring your companions also. I beg my leave. Okay, first of all, he was not rude. Ryudo, you need to get it together and get a reality check. Why was he being so mean to the priest for not even eating anymore? 2, I would take this as an opportunity to let Roan see the inside of the cathedral. 3, there's a chance we'd be able to reunite with Elena. Why wouldn't you be jumping all over this, Ryudo? The Pope has a special request. Sounds like the first line of a really bad joke. What kind of person is His Holiness Zara? I understand he is said to be the sage who will save the world, which isn't nearly as impressive as the sage who will save his breath. This better be quick. Ryudo, you are such a sassy bitch. Oh my goodness. All right, well, at least we get to see the cathedral, which is what I, much like Roan, was hoping for. So since we knocked out 2 episodes ago, was it, exploring the surrounding area, God, I still can't believe that they don't just stash hidden shit around town like most RPGs. I mean, it saves me the trouble of having to stress about it, but it throws me off that it's just so straightforward and simple. Anyway, let's continue. Ooh, this is beautiful. My favorite color palette, too. I love periwinkle, and I love lavender. I'm impressed, says Ryudo. Why are you impressed? Oh my God, are these the steps? Oh my goodness, talk about a workout. Just getting to the peak would kick your ass. Or it would kick my ass. This is beautiful. Quite remarkable in its proportions. The thoughts of its architect twist and wind almost palpably through the sculpted stone. How beautiful! It must have taken forever to build. Gate guard? You must be Mr. Ryudo. His Holiness awaits in the audience chamber. Oh, she's cute! Oh! Stop gawking. Move it. Ryudo, you can simply say, let's roll. But we're not rolling anywhere until Oh, never mind. I was going to say until I've gotten a chance to explore, but okay, to the cathedral lobby it is. I can't believe it'd be so strict with where it allows us to explore. The High Priestess Celine, leader of the Cathedral Knights, is a sublime and beauteous person, but she's also got nerves of steel and can coldly take the lives of others in order to fulfill her religious duty, right? No, you're wrong about her. Celine does everything in service to Lord Grannis. She operates with such pure intentions that people tend to misunderstand her. I think you have been sipping a bit too much of the Kool-Aid, my friend. The world has begun to be covered with darkness, but our only salvation is the Church of Grannis. And why is that? Only Lord Grannis can battle darkness. He's the only being capable of destroying Valmar. If you have so much faith in Grannis, then why do all of you fear the day of darkness so much? Me? I'm not afraid, because I know that the day of darkness will not come as long as Lord Grannis is with us. Well, he sounds confident, but let's see if he actually is when the time comes. I wonder if I did okay. I think I did well enough. Oh well, I guess I'll have to wait for the results. Oh, Lord Grannis. Hey, what are you so fidgety about? I just took my qualification exam for a higher position in the priesthood. I'm worried about whether I'll be accepted. Priests have to take exams to get promoted? Ha! Go figure. For such a religious bunch, you sure have some hellacious rules. If I pass the exam, I'll become one of the high priests. Oh, Lord Grannis, please help me get accepted. Man, those cathedral knights are really overdoing it. I don't like them. Well, I didn't know anyone around here felt that way. Hey, I'm not saying their methods are wrong. The cathedral knights are just overzealous. I couldn't agree more. Finally, someone I can talk to. Whoa, I don't even know where I just decided to go. The cathedral balcony? Okay, I guess so. I'm sure this is not where I'm supposed to be, or this is somewhere that the game will direct me later. This is quite beautiful. I will agree with Roan and Merrig. The architecture is breathtaking. That is one of the things that I do genuinely like. What is this? To Cathedral Guest Room Corridor. That I like about a lot of older churches, just how beautiful they are. Ahead lies Grannis Cathedral's famous library. You could search the world and never find a library as extensive as this. Please feel free to read the books, but be sure to return them to their proper places afterward. Ooh, so another spot for us to save and do what we need to do. So first, you guys know with me, I want to do some exploring. I wonder if this is where we'll all be sleeping, or maybe where Elena will be chilling. We'll save after. I was going to say maybe we should save before we even fuck around with the library, but what is this? Holy Annals of the Ages of the Gods, Chapter 4. Shit, I should have started from the left. Well, whatever, let's just read it. I know this is going to be a little backwards. My bad, you guys. So, Chapter 4, Black Midnight Age. The time of judgment has come. Sins, once forgotten, return to sink the soul, for the day of darkness has come at last. The light is swallowed by growing shadow, and demons boil up from the earth. Those who remain moan in dread with their last breaths. For the dead rise from the grave, bringing judgment to the world with brimstone and flame. Now is the time to beg for deliverance. Do not allow darkness in your soul. Darkness is ruin and destruction, and the judgment of the wicked eternal. And there's our day of darkness. It is so. This is what everyone's afraid of? Dead people? Yes. Look, even if the dead came back somehow, how hard could it be to kill them again? They didn't do so well the last time around. But if that really did happen, it would be terrible. Not going to happen. Okay, let's get some context. Holy Book of Grandia, Book 1. Know ye that long before the present age, man dwelled amidst the light, and that light was love, and man called the light Grandia. The earth was filled with exceeding bounty, honey and milk issued from its secret founts. Then darkness also issued its seed. The souls of men were as vessels for the bane of light, and man called the darkness Valmar, the tempter, devourer of souls. And there were those who named the darkness God, and glutted in desire and lust, thence blotting the light from their eyes. And they were not satisfied that the light should anoint the earth, so that those who sided with light moved to oppose them. Their war was a fire consuming the earth, and the skies hung thick with fat and bone. This man called the battle of good and evil. A little different than what I'm used to hearing. This is the version that Elena and the other followers of Grandia read, so it is not the same as the simplified account. There's a little more detail in this one. Holy Book of Grandia, Book number 2. Misery joined in equal ruin for 6 days and 7 nights, and on the 7th day, darkness and light sought a reckoning. The hand of light gripped its blade, great and terrible, and the cloak of darkness was as its shield. Thus were they armed for war. True struck the blade of light, and the darkness was cleaved and was not. Then did the blade pierce even the earth. The seas boiled and were scabrous, and long the land wept. Even so was the earth riven, and its wound man named the Granite Cliffs. God, this does sound like Merrig, doesn't it? Then did the light move to seal those parts of darkness that yet remained, for in its fall it did not remain whole. Those who had named the darkness God were in like fashion named the people of darkness, and they did hide their faces from heaven. Content in its work, the light blessed the earth, and all was made well. And then, wounded, the light fell in a heavy slumber. The light will burn in our hearts and will not expire. This men swore, for the God of light shall return to claim the earth. And the sword of light, called the divine sword, came to rest with the legion of darkness in remembrance of their betrayal. And there was peace. The people of darkness. Something wrong, kid? You're pale. Nothing at all. You sure about that? Roan, where are you from exactly? Do you have some ties to this? I wonder why he's so enamored with religion. So Holy Book of Grandia, number 3. Yet after this, a new moon was hung in the heavens, its face gazing balefully downward upon the earth. It was an ill omen, swollen heavy with foreboding and dread, and it was said that darkness yet had power. And again the souls of men were sifted and tried by the darkness as it sought to bring about the day of its return. This man called the day of darkness, for the light will depart, and the dead shall rise to the throne of judgment. Know ye that this is the last judgment, when all will be weighed and found lacking, and all brought to ruin. The works of man will be brought low. The darkness will set at naught all man's labors in preparation for its terrible rebirth. Know, my brethren, that Valmar is yet at the door. Gird yourselves with light, for our purpose is one. This must not come to pass. The moon's creation in particular interests me, for I have not before heard the tale told as such. What do your people say about it? We do not ponder the making of each grain of sand. They have ever been so, as the setting of the sun and the rising of the moon. What about Grandia and Valmar? You think they had something to do with it? My eyes did not see them do so. Let others believe as they wish to, but I know not the truth behind this. Very interesting. So maybe, I guess, Merrig might define himself as being somewhat agnostic. So the holy annals, or I don't want to say annals. We'll say annals. Annals of the ages of the gods. Oh, okay, I need to get it together. Oh, my mind is just perpetually in the gutter, you guys. You should know this by now. Chapter 1, Golden Dawn Age. Neither darkness nor light split the heavens, but suffering, pain, the groaning of the earth, the wailing of men huddled and fearing the storm's wrath, the violence of nature. Living in blindness, tooth and steel gnashing the air, lives spent in desperation, turning in the gyre, an endless throb of misery, and then an uneasy sleep, life slipping, passing without note, the names of the dead unused, unremembered. Great, now I'm depressed and bored. Maybe it gets better? Probably not. Holy Annals of the Ages of the Gods, Chapter 2, Silvery White Light Age. The light descended then, and the chaos was bound. The rivers of blood were dammed. Their eyes were opened. This the light did. No longer did man war with his brother. This was paradise. The light of peace is Grannis, the god whose praises we sing. Yet there were those who hated the light, who turned their eyes from its measureless love. The light fell upon their backs, casting long shadows on the earth. Darkness was birthed. Valmar, apparently. Yes, these are the holy annals of the ages of the gods. They describe the battle between Grannis and Valmar in an annoyingly roundabout fashion. The Holy Book of Grannis is said to have been based on this text. There is more. Let us keep reading. All right, so Chapter 3, the Red Twilight Age, again, Holy Annals of the Ages of the Gods. Those who followed light warred against those called demons, who likewise named them Gowlers. For 6 days and nights the earth was torn and turned to coals. Then came the seventh day. The light drew its sword, great and terrible. Darkness drew its cloak about its face. And a day and night were fire and lightning, until each had run the other through. The sword of light pierced the earth, raising the boiling sea, sinking the bursting land. Thus did the darkness fall in 7 pieces, sealed by the followers of light, into the depths of earth. Then did a new moon rise. Fear struck those who followed light. Still they await the return of darkness. Still the people of darkness conceal themselves in the earth, and still the divine sword rests with the legion of darkness. I can't read this anymore. It's boring, it's stupid, and it's badly written. And what the hell is a Gowler? One who would imprison another. An interesting choice of words to describe those who followed Grannis. I don't understand how you can read this stuff, kid. Well, I have liked reading these books ever since I was little. And then we already read this one at the start, but we'll just wrap up with Chapter 4, the Black Midnight Age, just to pull it all together before we part ways. So, Holy Annals of the Ages of the Gods. Chapter 4, Black Midnight Age. The time of judgment has come. Sins once forgotten return to sink the soul, for the day of darkness has come at last. The light is swallowed by growing shadow, and demons boil up from the earth. Those who remain moan in dread with their last breaths, for the dead rise from the grave, bringing judgment to the world with brimstone and flame. Now is the time to beg for deliverance. Do not allow darkness in your soul. Darkness is ruin and destruction, and the judgment of the wicked eternal. And there's our day of darkness. It is so. This is what everyone's afraid of, dead people? Yes. Look, even if the dead came back somehow, how hard could it be to kill them again? They didn't do so well the last time around. But if that really did happen, it would be terrible. Not going to happen. Okay. So that should wrap up all of our library reading. Oh, why do I always recover every time I come to a save? I guess it's a good habit to probably be in. Yes? I'm going to say yes. So, my friends, let us go ahead and part ways here. And when we resume in episode 49, we'll be ready. I said, woo will. I don't know why I've been so giddy this recording session. I don't know. I'm in a great mood if you can't tell. But anyway, we will in episode 49 just continue exploring, and we'll kind of kickstart things by actually heading to speak with Pope Zara. Perhaps he's just going to simply ask us to accompany Elena with whatever her next goal is or her next path is going to be. I don't know, but we'll find out together. So thank you as always for watching, everyone. I am your host, Rabbit, and this is my playthrough of Grandia 2 Anniversary Edition. I'll see you soon, everybody.